Good morning. I'm Judge Tammy Long Hayward. This is the State Court of Clayton County. This is the jail calendar for 2023. I'm sorry, September 23rd, 2025. I'm going to call the calendar and then we will move forward. My understanding, we only have jail cases today, not arraignment. That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, while you mentioned that, though, I did want to mention, and we can absolutely handle this at the end of the calendar, but Najee Clark from the trial calendar is here.
Okay.
And he's here to enter a negotiated plea today if the court would entertain it. The state is aware, and I think they're ready to
That's
go.
fine.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. The first case on the calendar is Fatima Bright.
Yes, Your Honor. Attorney Tortorello, Lister Holton Dennis. We are stipulating to the violation and moving forward non-negotiated.
All right. Next is Maurice Dowdell.
Your Honor, that will be a negotiated plea today.
Luis Gonzalez.
Same announcement, Your Honor, negotiated plea.
Will he need an interpreter?
Yes, he will need an interpreter.
Okay.
I'll request one.
Thank you. All right, Wendy Irene Janish.
Your Honor, that's a negotiated plea. This is
Both cases.
no, only on the criminal trespass. I would have to conference with her on the given the case ending in 03619.
Antonio Darnell Johnson.
Your Honor, that's a negotiated plea.
Shantavia J. Lawrence.
She's on loan. She's on loan to another institution.
Okay. Gregory Martin.
Your Honor, that's a negotiated plea.
Terica Smith.
Judge, that'll be a negotiated plea as to both cases.
All right. Let's start with Ms. Bright so that I think that's the only petition.
They're bringing her out, Your Honor.
She does.
All right, Ms. Bright. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give will be true?
I do.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Ms. Bright, you're before the court on 2021 CR 08808. You were before this court for a revocation of probation. You've been before the court previously to enter a plea for obstructing an officer and criminal trespass on the 18th day of March 2025. You were sentenced to 12 months on probation. You have 8 months and 9 days remaining. And it says that the probation office says that you have failed to appear for your probation reports on April 15th, May 12th, May 19th, and within 10 days of May 22nd, all in 2025. You last reported to the court by phone on March 27th of 2025. And you've failed to provide proof of completing 40 hours of community service. Ms. Tortorello?
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking the court for a credit for time served. She's been in jail for about 8 days, and the balance is suspended and then for it to terminate.
All right. Miss Chang?
Good morning, Your Honor. Probation recommends that 30 days be revoked, suspend the balance, and close the case.
All right. So Miss Bright, where have you been, ma'am?
Hello. I have been homeless trying to get surgery on my jaw because I can't operate. I can't do anything. I'm in pain constantly. I've also been trying to build a case against the aggressor, who is the person who put me in here, the father of my daughter, who is kidnapped and still missing to this day.
Okay. So do you have stable housing now?
I do not. I've been renting a room for the past couple of months, but I don't consider that stable housing.
It's not. Um, all right. Let's see. All right. Anything else from anyone?
Not on behalf of my client, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right. All right, so the court is going to give her credit for time served, suspend the balance, case will be closed.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to go ahead and send that over to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. Dowdell. Dowdell.
All right, Mr. Dowdell,
How you doing, Judge?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm all right.
Raise your right hand for me.
Yes, ma'am.
You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Mr. Maurice Dowdell, 2025 CR 08660 for simple battery. You're represented by Attorney Tortorello with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorello, what does your client plead to the offense of criminal trespass? I'm sorry, simple battery.
Yes, Your Honor, that would be a no-low plea.
All right. Mr. Dowdell, by entering a plea of nolo, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt you give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present evidence and testimony on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, Judge, I understand.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On September 11th of 2025, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to 223 Medical Center Drive, that's Riverwood Behavioral Health, in response to a complaint. It was determined at that time that the defendant before you, Mr. Maurice Dowdell, did intentionally make insulting or provoking physical contact with Skylar, Skylar, Moore, Moore. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, is 12 months to serve 12 days. Credit for time served, balance suspended upon no contact with Skylar Moore. And again, that is Skylar, Moore. Nothing further from the state.
All right, Ms. Tortorello?
Yes, Your Honor, only that you accept the the plea as negotiated, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dowdell, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 12 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no contact, and that's through no means, not through a third party, not through social media, phone, or anything, with Skylar Moore. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff's office.
How you getting out there?
All right, so I have Gonzalez next, but we're waiting on the interpreter. So Janish, Johnson, Martin, and Smith,
Um,
whatever order.
Antonio Johnson. Your Honor,
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. Who is this, Ms. Tortorello?
Mr. Antonio Darnell Johnson.
All right. Mr. Johnson, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Johnson, you're before the court on 2025 CR 08552, Antonio Darnell Johnson. You're before the court for criminal trespass. You're represented by attorney Tortorello, who's with you from the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorello, what does your client plead to the offense before the court?
Nolo, Your Honor.
All right, by entering a plea of nolo, sir, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimonies or evidence against yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
Defense stipulates to the facts, Your Honor.
All right. Stay.
Your Honor, it's going to be 12 months to serve 20 days. Credit for time served, balance suspended. Yeah, and he is not to return to MARTA until his MARTA suspension will expire, which expires on the 31st of December this year.
All right. Ms. Tortorello?
Yes, Your Honor, only that you accept the plea as negotiated.
Mr. Johnson, I'm going to accept your plea of nolo. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 20 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to any MARTA facility or use any MARTA form of transportation until December 31st, 2025. So you cannot use MARTA until the new year. You understand?
Yes, I do.
All right. Thank you. You're free to go at this time.
second. Gregory Martin.
Raise your right hand for me, Mr. Moore. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true. I gotta hear you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand out. You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Gregory Moore, 2025 CR 08808 for loitering or prowling and obstruction of an officer. What does your client plead to the offenses before the court, Ms. Tortorello?
Yes, Your Honor, for count one, loitering or prowling, that will be reduced to a county disorderly conduct. And then count two is going to be dismissed. Count one will be nolo.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo to the amended accusation of county disorderly on count one and count two will be no pros, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On September 8th of 2025, officers with the Clayton County Sheriff's Department were conducting routine patrol. They attempted to make contact with the defendant for you, Mr. Gregory Martin, who was standing outside of a BP, at which point Mr. Martin fled on foot. That is the basis of the disorderly conduct, Your Honor. State's recommendation is 12 months to serve 15 days, credit for time served, bound suspended upon do not return to the BP gas station located at 5780 Riverdale Road. And count two will be null pros.
All right. Ms. Tortorello, anything on behalf of Mr. Martin?
Yes, Your Honor. Although Mr. Martin does believe there's some discrepancies in the facts read before you, that it is in his best interest to take a plea at this time.
All right. Mr. Martin, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 15 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to the BP at 5780 Riverdale Road in Clayton County, Georgia.
Okay.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff, sir.
Okay. That's all for me. Owen, who do you want? Smith, Miss Smith. Yeah.
She's on low. Do we have any inmates going on probation?
No.
All right. It's no restitution.
All right, is this Ms. Lawrence?
No, Your Honor, this is Ms. Smith.
All right, Ms. Smith, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Ms. Smith, you're before the court on two cases. The first is 2025 CR 05925 for criminal trespass. The second is 2025 CR 08805 for criminal trespass. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis, Mr. Owen Lynch. Mr. Lynch, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court on both these cases?
Guilty, Judge.
All right, by entering a plea of guilty on the case 2025 CR 05925, and by entering a plea of guilty on the case 2025 CR 08805, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself, and if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, with regard to case ending in 8805, on August 28th of 2025, officers of the Clayton County Police Department responded to 228 Morrow Road, apartment B13 in Forest Park, Georgia, here in Clayton County. It was determined during their investigation that the defendant before you, Ms. Terica Smith, did intentionally damage the furniture of Miss Yashika, Yashica Williams, common spelling, without her consent. She did so by throwing said items, causing them to become damaged. Your Honor, the recommendation in this case is 12 months to serve 23 days, credit for time served, balance suspended upon no new violations of the criminal law. The victim in this case is not requesting restitution.
Okay. The remaining case?
Yes, Your Honor. With regard to case ending in 59225, on September 21st of 2024, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to 207 South Lake Cove Court in Jonesboro, here in Clayton County. There they made contact with Miss Latanja, Latanja Miles, Miles, who stated the defendant did enter upon her property after being told she was not allowed there. There was a previous criminal trespass warning from another incident that had occurred earlier. The state's recommendation in this case, Your Honor, is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served. Do not return to the incident location. Nothing further from the state.
All right. Mr. Lynch?
Judge, we asked the court to accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. So, Ms. Smith, on the case ending in 05925, I'll send you to 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served, balance suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia, and you do not go back to the location of 207 South Lake Cove Court in Jonesboro, Georgia, Clayton County. on case ending in 08805. I'll send you to 12 months to serve 23 days. Credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you have no new violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. The case ending in 08805 will run concurrent with the case 2025 CR 05925. All right. Ms. Smith, what's going on? Why we keep getting into these situations?
My anger, just my anger. I don't know.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to get a hold to that because don't nobody want to be around or live with or have a relationship with nobody who's angry.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's a you problem. That's not a them problem. Nobody, my whole thing is, folk who want to be in relationship with people, but you make them suffer for being in the relationship with you. Why would they do that?
Nobody would.
So I'm gonna need you to take you an anger management course, get you some therapy, do something that keeps you from these situations. We clear? Therapy, everybody acts like therapy is a bad word. Like talking to somebody and talking through your issues is a bad thing. It is not. If I had the choice between therapy and going to jail, therapy all day, every day, 100%.
Yes, ma'am.
We clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can go back with the sheriff.
I think we're still waiting on the interpreter for Gonzalez, but
The older case is Janish. She has 2 cases.
I think Ms. Tortorella may be speaking to her right now, getting that
Okay.
wrapped up.
All right, so we'll just wait on the interpreter.
Judge, we could go ahead and do Mr. Clark if
Okay, that's fine. What's his name again?
not Najee Clark.
Mr. Clark.
Yes, Judge.
Hold on. He was on Mr. Clark, I just was
How you
about
doing,
to
man?
sign the bench warrant for you, sir. Raise your right hand. Hold on a second. Let me find his case. You can put your hand down. Hold on a second.
The interpreter been requested. We just waiting.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just looking for the case. He was on the last arraignment calendar or last
No, he was scheduled for trial for yesterday, Judge.
okay, let me get
For
my
the
trial
trial
calendar. Hold on. What's the case number?
Your Honor, the case number is 2022 CR 01488. He also has another case that the state will be null processing for plea negotiations, 2023 CR 05258.
Can we repeat that? I was unable to hear that, please.
My apologies, Ms. Martin. The case he's pleading on today is 2022 CR 01488. The case that the state will be null processing once the plea is complete is 2023 CR 05258.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I also get his full name, please?
That's going to be Najee Isaiah Clark, Najeei, middle name Isaiah, Isiah, last name Clark, that is Clark.
Thank you.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Clark. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So, Mr. Clark, why are you a day late?
Oh, because I didn't have transportation. I was trying to come up here, but I couldn't find no ride. Because I live way in Smyrna. So I was trying to find a ride to come, and I just came here this morning.
All right. So on the case 2022 CR 01488, you're represented by Attorney Owen Lynch with the law firm of Lister, Houghton, Dennis. Mr. Lynch, your client is before the court for DUI, count 1, DUI less safe, count 2, open container violation, counts 3 and 4, and following to close, count 5. What does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Judge, it's going to be a guilty plea to count 1 and
We're gonna null cross the remainder.
so in the remaining counts will be null cross, Judge. So a guilty plea to count 1 DUI per se.
Okay, count 2 doesn't merge.
I'm sorry, count 2 merges and the remaining charges will be null cross.
All right, so Mr. Clark, by entering a plea of guilty to count 1, count 2 will merge, counts 3, 4, and 5 will be null cross. You give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, to present evidence and testimony, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis from recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On February 11th of 2022.
You're gonna have to come closer, Mr. Tipton. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, on February 11th of 2022, officers with the Clayton County Police Department responded to Terra Boulevard and Upper Riverdale Road in reference to a vehicle accident. Upon making contact with the driver, Mr. Najee Clark, they observed several indicators of impairment, including the odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from Mr. Clark's breath. Mr. Clark not being totally sure about whether the car belonged to him or not. The notice that he and a Bud Ice that was cold to the touch in his possession. They performed several standardized field sobriety tests, including HGN, which yielded a result of 6 out of 6 clues. Walk and turn, which yielded several clues, and one leg stand, which yielded 4 out of 4 clues. A blood sample was taken, and it yielded a result of 0.129 BAC. Those are the facts of the case, Your Honor. State's recommendation is 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for time served. Balance probated, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, substance abuse evaluation, and any recommended treatment. No drugs or alcohol, subject to random testing, and a DUI risk reduction course. Nothing further from the state.
All right, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Clark does apologize for missing court yesterday. He did attempt to get up here, but he is here today, Judge. We're just asking the court accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. So, Mr. Clark, sir, you live in an age where you have options instead of driving under the influence. You got rideshare services that will pick you up. You got cell phones where you can reach anybody at any time. Please don't make this mistake again.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't put anybody's life, including your own, in jeopardy because you're making a conscious choice to do that if you do.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to sentence you to 12 months to serve 2 days credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $300. It's going to be a pretty hefty surcharges on that. 40 hours of community service. You're to have a substance abuse evaluation, and if they order treatment, you're to take that treatment. You're to have no alcohol or illicit drugs during the course of your probation. You're subject to random screens for alcohol and drugs, and you're to take a risk reduction course. Now, The quickest way to get rearrested is to fail to show up for your probation reports. If you violate and don't show up for probation, they will send me an arrest warrant and I will sign it. And you will be back before me in an orange jumpsuit. Are we clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And also, when they say they test for substances, they test. And when they say you will be caught, you will be caught. We clear?
Yes, ma'am. And look, I live in Smyrna, so it's like I'm trying to figure out, and I have a job too.
Okay. What's your point?
So I'm trying to see like where would I be able to like, because I've never been in a situation like
I
that.
can explain it all to you, but you're gonna have to report to probation here in this building. It's gonna be once a month. You're gonna have to figure that out. Just like, remember we talked about how you gotta figure out how to get to court?
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those things. You gotta figure out how to get probation.
All right. Yes, ma'am. I got it. It's clear. Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. When you leave the courtroom, you're going to go to your right to courtroom 305 right next door. The first set of double doors, you'll find Miss James, who's our probation expert. She's going to do your intake, ask her any questions that you might have, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, in the case 2023 CR 05258 will be no pros per the agreement between the defense attorney and the state. All right,
She's here for that. I think, are we ready on? We're ready on the Gonzalez. We have an interpreter here.
okay. Bring Gonzalez up. They're still going, oh, right, where's our interpreter? Good morning, Ms. Bermudez.
How are you?
I'm good. All right. Mr. Gonzalez, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
You're before the court on State of Georgia versus Luis Gonzalez. One second. All right, 2025 CR 08553. You're before the court for terroristic threats and acts, count 1, and criminal trespass, count 2. You're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Is this Ms. Tortorello's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Tortorello, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court? Ms. Tortorello, you could actually come on the other side of Ms. Bermudez, and I could hear you and see everybody. There you go.
I'm just waiting for her to finish translating. For count 1, Your Honor, my understanding is that it's going to be amended to criminal trespass. That will be a NOLO. For count 2, my understanding it's going to be amended to disorderly conduct.
County or state?
That's state, Your Honor. And that will be a NOLO plea as well.
All right, by entering a plea of NOLO to the amended charges on count 1, criminal trespass, on count 2, disorderly conduct, state, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony on your behalf. You give up the right to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest
Hablo de nulo,
could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things? Do you have questions?
how do I explain it? I have never been in this type of situation.
Okay, so you have an attorney who I'm sure explained as much as she could of this process to you.
Ya le explico lo más posible cómo el proceso funciona.
Do you need to ask her any questions right now?
Entonces, hacerle alguna otra pregunta sobre en estos momentos.
Por lo que ella me ha certificado, pues todo bien. Lo que yo le expliqué ya los primeros días del estado mío, pues que no actuó mal.
According to what she has explained to me, all is well. And what I explained to her when it comes to my status, I don't want that to be affected.
I understand. So I can't comment on that because I don't do immigration law.
Ejerzo lo que es asuntos migratorios.
I just trust that you and your attorney have had this discussion and taken that into consideration.
Y su abogada han tenido esta conversación y han tomado eso en consideración.
All right. Are you ready to go forward with the plea, sir?
¿Está usted listo para proceder con su declaración a estos cargos, señor? Yes.
Okay. All right. My factual basis and recommendation interpreter speed, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, su señoría.
Your Honor, on August 17th of 2025,
de agosto del 2025,
officers with the Clayton County Police Department
de policía del condado de Clayton
were called to the Maple Lakes Townhomes.
los llamaron al Maple Lakes Townhome.
Those are located at 4241
Esos están localizados en la 4241
Hendricks Drive
Hendricks Drive
in Forest Park, Georgia.
en Forest Park, Georgia.
This specifically deals with Unit A2.
Esto específicamente tiene que ver con la unidad A2.
They responded to a domestic disturbance
Ellos respondieron a un alboroto doméstico.
where it was determined that the
Se
defendant before you,
determinó que el acusado ante usted,
Mr. Luis
el
Gonzalez,
señor Luis González,
did intentionally damage
de
a
manera-
wall
de manera
and a
intencional
door,
dañó una pared y una puerta.
the property of Mr. Jorge,
La propiedad del señor Jorge,
that's Jorge,
RGE,
Landero
Landero,
Osario.
Osorio.
That is spelled Landero
Es Landero
hyphen
y guión
Osorio.
RIO.
Further, Your Honor,
Y además, su señoría,
while he was throwing objects, he did make certain threatening
él estaba
statements
tirando
and
objetos,
actions
él-
towards
él hizo,
Mr. Gonzalez.
declaraciones amenazantes y acciones en contra del señor González.
Per plea negotiations, we did reduce the terroristic threats
Reducimos el cargo de amenazas terroristas
to a disorderly
a un
conduct.
cargo de comportamiento desordenado.
The state's recommendation, Your
La
Honor,
recomendación del Estado, su señoría,
is for count 1,
por el cargo número 1,
criminal trespass,
invasión o daños a la propiedad,
12 months to serve 26
y
days,
12 meses para servir 26 días,
credit for time served,
crédito por el tiempo ya servido,
balance
el
probated,
balance bajo libertad condicional,
restitution to be determined,
la restitución, la indemnización se va a determinar,
and that will be restitution to Mr. Jorge
y eso sería de pago de indemnización al señor Jorge
Landero
Landero
Osario.
Osorio.
Count 2 will be a consecutive 12 months, no contact with Mr. Landerio Osorio. And I know I stated earlier, but count 1 also includes no contact.
All right. How does Mr. Gonzalez know Mr. Landero Osorio?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, the interpreter didn't get the question.
How does Mr. Gonzalez know Mr. Landero Osorio?
Your Honor, they were former roommates and co-workers.
All right. Anything else, Ms. Tortorello?
Just that Your Honor would accept the plea as negotiated.
All right. So I'm going to accept the plea as the amended accusation, the plea to count 1 nolo. I'll sentence you to 12 months on the criminal trespass to serve 26 days, credit for time served. Balance will be probated for a restitution to be paid. A hearing will be announced and you will be given notice of the hearing date for restitution to Jorge Landero Osorio. So Mr. Gonzalez on count 2, which will run 12 months consecutive to count 1. Both counts, no contact with Mr. Jorge Landero Osorio. If you have contact with Mr. Osorio, you risk coming back to jail, having your bond revoked, being charged with additional misdemeanors, and possibly being charged with felonies, particularly the felony of aggravated stalking, which is punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. All right, so Ms. Wright, if we could put, I guess, coordinate to get a date for a hearing for restitution for Mr. Gonzalez.
Okay, how many days out, Judge?
You can put it out 30 days.
Okay.
All right. All right, and let the court know if Mr. Jorge Landero Osorio chooses not to seek restitution as soon as you are aware, because that way we can take Mr. Gonzalez off the hearing calendar.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
The state has actually spoken with Mr. Osorio. We just have not received any documentation about the amount.
How much?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And the last defendant on the calendar, Mr. Gonzalez can go back with the sheriff's office. The last person on the calendar is Wendy Irene Francis Janish.
Bueno, cuando usted sepa su dirección, tiene que ir a la y dar a tu dirección para que tú puedas hablar la notificación de la audiencia sobre el restitution. Tienes que pagarle a un señor Osorio. No sabemos, pero hay una audiencia que tiene que pagar. Entonces, para que no pierdas esa fecha, tienes que dar la dirección al tribunal estatal, secretaria del tribunal estatal en el piso. Que alguien hay que hablar también. ¿Okay? Para que te den notificación por correo.
And Judge, may I be excused?
You may. Thank you so much.
Tienes que ir al primer piso a la Corte Palacio de Justicia, aquí al primer piso y ir al a la secretaria estatal criminal. Okay, primer piso, allá en el español, dale tu dirección. Okay, y ya. Okay. ¿Y tú tienes un número de teléfono? Sí. ¿Cuál es el número? Ajá. Ajá. 50. Ajá. Ok, gracias. Ahí por ejemplo nos ponemos en contacto. Si yo también te puedo llamar, ¿ok? Super.
Miss Janice,
Yes, ma'am.
am I pronouncing your name properly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're before the court on State of Georgia versus Wendy Irene Francis Janish, 2025 CR 03619. That's for false name, address, or date of birth. You also have another case, 2025 CR 08807 for criminal trespass. You're represented by attorney Tortorello with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Tortorello, on each of these cases, what does your client plead to the sole offense on each case?
Yes, Your Honor. My understanding for given a false name, that case, I don't have the actual CR number before me, but my understanding is it's going to be no pros.
2025 CR 03619, false name, address, or date of birth will be null pros. All
And
right.
on our second case for criminal trespass, it'll be a no-lo plea.
All right. So by entering a plea of nolo for criminal trespass, Ms. Janish, you give up the right to have a trial. I'm sorry, did I have you, I didn't swear you in. Raise your right hand for me. Ms. Janice,
You need to back up this way.
step to your left for me. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. So you're entering a plea of nolo to the case 2025 CR 08807 criminal trespass. By doing so, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis recommendation, please.
Defense stipulates the facts.
All right, recommendation.
Your Honor, it's gonna be 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served, balance suspended upon do not return to the Exxon located at 4531 Old Dixie Road in Forest Park, Georgia. Again, that's 4531 Old Dixie Road, and that is the Exxon station.
I'm a legal owner of the Exxon. But they won't let me have it. 2 more days.
All right, so I'm going to accept the plea of nolo. I'll sentence you, Ms. Janish, to 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to the Exxon at 4531 Old Dixie Road in Forest Park, Clayton County, Georgia. If you were to go back there, ma'am, you could be rearrested. You could have to also serve out the remainder of this sentence. You could be charged with additional misdemeanors and possibly felonies. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can go back with the sheriff's office.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Taylor.
All right. So I believe that concludes the calendar unless there's something else we need to discuss.
Nothing else from defense.
All right. You all are free to go at this time. Thank you.
See you later, Your Honor.
All right, bye-bye. Miss Val, I'm in the office. In my office, can you print for me the October, November, and December calendars?
Okay.
Thank you.